Alright guys, today we're going to do a complete teardown of a Umarex TC68. We're going to tear it down, we're going to open up the valve, and we're going to put it back together, and yeah, we're going to talk about HPA possibilities. Yeah, and I've already had this open. I made a few videos out of it, but my videos were a mess. When I had this open, the naked valve, I had no idea what those ports were. I thought they were just weird, unexplainable parts. Oh God, smoke another one. But yeah, so turns out I just made a bunch of videos. I'm gonna try to put it all in the one video right now. So anyways, let's get at it. I'm gonna strip it down. So start the handguard. Alright, so now I'll get this little top screw up here. Taking it a barrel now. Set that aside. Remove the handguard. Alright, now I'll take the grip. This is my ATI rubberized grip. Needs a much bigger Allen key for this one. Just set the grip over here. Okay. Now we'll take this off. It's for the hopper. Okay. Set that over there. We'll get this select switch. Come on, you little pain in the ass. There we go. One. Set these over there. And let's deal with this switch. Oh, maybe the other side here. Oop. Yeah, see, these are the ports I was talking about in the other videos. I just couldn't figure out what the hell they were. But yeah, I'm going to show you how all this can be deleted for HPA. And I'll explain why. I'm pretty much 99% certain of it. Okay, so let's deal with this, the magazine release. I'll just stick a blade under here, like a little razor blade. Hold that up. And then there's a little pin here we have to take out. So I'll just set that there. And we'll tap it with a wrench. There we go. And then the pin come out. Right here. Let that drop down. I'll take this switch and we'll just set it over here with the pin. Don't lose that. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything on this side. Now all the rest of the screws are right here. We'll get this select switch. Get the magnet. There we go. Yeah, okay. Let's start with these guys. This is just your 00 Phillips, guys. The typical T4E screws that you find in the HDR, HDP, HDB, and HDX, HDS, compact. Yeah, like the videos I made last time, realistically it should have been just one long one, but I just made them so horribly. I had to make 4 different videos. But, yeah. Okay, here. This should just come right off now. Okay, what am I missing here? Am I blind? Okay, there's just that little screw there I missed. I didn't get it all the way. So yeah, now... Oh, there's another screw up in here we have to remove. It was just a small one. That's just a little grub screw you have to take out of there. And the spring will come up with this. Put these together. Now on the other side, this will come out. Stick all these together. That's our magazine release. And now this should just come right up. Oh, wait a minute. On the other side here, we got this is the other select switch. The fire select. It's being a pain in the ass. There it is, it fell out. Okay, now we got it. So, we'll just set this aside as well. Move this over here. Alright, now, this is what we're after right in here. This is the magic. This is your valve, and your bolt system's in here. So, I'm going to put these tools over the side. And I'm going to need a bigger size Phillips for these guys. Yeah, it sounds like a similar system to like the M17, the VKS now. We got the same Umarex type setup in there. In around the sear and the trigger and all that. And then up in here, it's where we get the upgrade. So it's like an Umarex meets a M17 type VKS type style. Collabo. Oh shit, you know what? I'm not going to open this yet. Hold on. I'm going to take the valve out first. Yeah, because if you open it up this way first, I'm not sure yet. This could spring out. I don't want everything to kick out on me. Probably won't, but it's just safest to do it this way. Okay. Hold on, just so they don't fall when I flip it. Okay. Now the valve's going to be under spring tension, so it's not bad. It's nothing tight. It's not big. So on your last screw, you're going to have to hold it a little tight. Alright. So I just hold one end up against my rib, my hip, and then I just kind of put back tension on the valve. It's nice and loose when you're holding it. Alright, so set these out of the way. And now this should just open right up. Boom, spring will pop out. Now we can continue to open all this up. Here's our bolt system. Kind of like the heat core from the M17. Yeah, so let me just undo this casing and I'll show you inside. You got your typical T4E in here, and then you got your upgraded bolt, so it's like half T4E, half M17. And they're both full autos, so yeah, M17 would be the best thing to refer this to. Like everything under here, nothing should jump out now. This should be all stable. I can feel that loosening right up. Give it the old jiggle. Oh, this guy. Alright, there you have it, guys. I'm not going to leave this here long. Just get a look at it, pause it if you want. But that's your typical system, Umarex system. And look at the spring. We got our bolt system and valve. There's the pin. I don't know if you guys can see that down there, but wow, is that ever a big pin? Look at that juicy bugger. That's got some potential for some big air power to move some air. And there's that piece here too. So when this gets jammed up and a ball gets jammed up near it, the back pressure, and especially with higher HPA, but we've seen a couple of these pull right out and they strip the threads on the piece of aluminum. The threads on the steel are still okay and intact, but apparently there's a couple of guys working on replacements for these. So that's a good thing in the future, but we've only seen 1 or 2 of these happen so far, so it's just something to keep an eye out for. Yeah, so we'll set that over here, the spring. Yeah, so here's the valve. There's a restrictor in here. Here, I'll take them out just to show you guys. I may as well. So I made a little tool here. This is to take out the piercing pin for the 88 gram. So yeah, I'll show you guys something funny. I made a mistake here in my last videos. Okay, so there's the piercing pin. Nothing special, pretty much the same as the HDX. But yeah, if you guys want to look down in there, as you can see, oh, yeah, see, it's restricted there. Here, let's take off the other one. There's another plug up here, the brass cap. This is usually on the other markers, all the other T40 markers. This is where you remove the restrictor, or the valve block, sorry. You usually have a plastic valve block in here, but in this case, they're metal on this gun, on this valve. And they're built in, they're metal, so you can't really remove nothing out of there. So if you can see that piece down in there. Yeah, so this portway here, it goes up on a diagonal. You can see it right to that hole. And then it continues in here and it goes down there. It makes another portway in here. This is your ASA on-off switch. So this is where it goes click, click, and when you click your gun, you degas to depressurize the gun. So, yeah, and watch this. I'm going to open this up here. So, just take this off. Oh yeah, and this, here on the bolt part, you got your O-ring. So look, compared to the 6mm airway, look at the size of that compared to the old T40 guns. And you got your typical O-ring up in there, and the pin goes in and out. So when you pull the trigger, the pin comes out, pop, 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 blowing a shot each time. But yeah, I couldn't, for the life of me, last night, in my other videos, I couldn't think about it. What this was for, but it's that's your degasser. A buddy in the group told me about it, and oh man, did I ever feel like an idiot. So I went and I deleted all those videos. I'm putting everything into one video now, so yeah, guys. Oh man. But yeah, I took them out already, the 2 plugs. There's a brass. Here, I'll get them right here. I got them because I wanted to test them. I was gonna fire some shots to see if it did anything more for the HPA numbers before I drill. I want to test everything before I go drill. So yeah, look, we got this typical. That's the typical plug. You'll see one of these in the HDX. It's got a little green O-ring on it. it almost serves like no purpose pretty much in the valve. But there's one here, and that is on the left side. So it's just a little grub screw with an O-ring on it. Yeah, so basically, yeah, that just screws right into there. And this is your typical restrictor. See how it's got the pinhole in there? It's like a 0.5 millimeter hole. Well, the Umarex CO2 restrictors and the HDRs, the HDPs, and all them markers, they have that little round plug that you put up in the CO2 grip, and it's got a little pinhole restricting it. So, but we're actually pushing 63 joules, 62 joules through this with the 88 grams. So I removed it out of the marker. Now I just want to see now, when you try to push HPA through this little pin, we're only getting like 12 to 30 joules, and it just jumps in between. It's just very odd. It does not want to do HPA. It hates HPA. So, yeah, anyways. So, now when you take these screws out right here on the side, that's for your, you can delete that on-off switch completely. We have to delete it 100% for HPA. So what we're going to do is not today, I'm just going to show you. This is my troubleshooting. I'm about 99% sure that I can make this work. I know I can drill through and make it work. And the fact that once you delete, there's no leak point. So the only leak point is the bolt and the pin. So when you pull the trigger and the bolt opens up, poof, that's the only way you're gonna. So in theory, I'm almost certain of it. Okay, there we go. You see that? And it's got an O-ring down there. So I just get one of these. I just make it a plug. Like, I don't even need one that long. Like something half the size of that. I can wrap it with Teflon tape or Loctite, and then screw it back in. And then same thing with the other side. Tell me what you guys think. There's one on the other side as well. And when you shine the light through there, you can see the port, like the light and stuff, and you can see the light. So, but you notice it goes up here on a diagonal, right up into there. Because when you can actually see when you look down with the flashlight here, like you can see the portway going down on a diagonal, down this direction. So the air comes straight up through here, where that hole is. It comes up there, and then it goes down there as well. So like kind of like a slant. So it comes up there, and then goes down here. And then it passes through these O-rings here. So click, click, on, off, degas, on, off, degas. So like I said, you delete this, causing a seal, a block. Delete that with a set screw and Teflon tape, causing a block. Now your only escape way now is through this hole. Or that hole. Either or. So, if you look over on this side, there's a perfectly recessed hole in the middle, or a drill way. So you go to that one underneath the drill way that goes up towards the brass cap, and then you just fire a drill, but a 5 or 6 millimeter drill, straight through the other side, coming out and deleting these two holes, and you can come straight through it. So now you have it opened up, and then like I said, once you put this part back on, your bolt and stuff, so you'll screw this all the way up. Now, once you put the brass cap on here, your only throughway is straight through there. You'll still have that little channel that goes up here and there, but it won't be able to escape the O-ring and the seal right there. So that's just a dead channel way. Your main straight shoot all the way through, your air will pass straight through the bolt. And then like I said here, you're going to be locked here. So once this goes on, you're set back in your marker. Now it's sealed. So as soon as you gas up, you'll hear your click, your bolt will set forward, and then as soon as you pull the trigger, that's when you'll fire. As long as you set these properly, there'll be no leakage. But this is all my theory, right? So, and an educated guess. Given my experience and stuff and how much modding and stuff I've done, I'm almost certain this is going to work. But I'm not going to take the plunge just today. I'm going to hold back a little bit, and I might try and score another one of these. But if not, you know me, I tore apart my HDX, I tore apart my HDS doing similar stuff, and I'm damn well gonna tear apart this eventually. But yeah, guys. Now I don't know if I should leave these two open, because I want to test. I want to fire shots with them open, and then I can always put them back. So yeah, I'm going to remove this. I don't know if I should remove this one, because I'm scared if I gas up somehow it's going to leak, but I don't see it leaking unless you degas, because of the O-rings. So anyways, I'm going to take it open. If it leaks, I just simply put it back together and do it again. Put it back to normal, I mean. Okay, so let's set these aside. Okay, let's get this back together. But yeah, guys, like, it's just, when you think about it, it's just common sense, right? The air has to pass through that valve. It's the only way for it to go. And when you delete these, this hole and that hole, the only way to go is straight out. And I don't think that little 3mm opening is going to be enough to do anything with HPA, but I'm going to take a few shots in chronograph and find out. So, and then after that, the sky's the limit with this. Very interesting though how that bolt is wide open. That pin, how wide it is compared to all the other Umarex markers. Alrighty, so I'm surprised how little threads there are right there. Okay, so let's put this actually no, I gotta leave this pin out. You can take this out anytime when the marker's assembled or not. So yeah, I'm not going to use 88 gram right now, so that's what we're going to do. So now I need this part back. Yeah, so I'll take this part out right now. I'm going to set this in here for now. And then I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to reset the two screws on the back side. I'm just going to make it a lot easier. Hold on. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit. My sear just popped out on me. Okay. Alright, so okay, I'm not lined up here. All right. Oh, my fingers are so greasy. Alright, so we're going to leave those screws loose because we're going to need to lift this up. Yeah, so now we're going to put our bolt string back on. And basically, this is going to come up. Yeah, I might need to loosen those screws a bit more. Okay. So we got that down in there. Now we'll tighten these screws back up all the way. All right. Okay, so we got that all back in. Now let's take our casing and we'll put this back on. Boom, snaps in nice and perfect, aligned. And let's get these lined up first. Alrighty, finally. Okay, let's put this piece back on. Our spring in. And just put that set screw back in. This is for a mag release. Okay. Just the other side of the valve. Okay, there. Now let's get we'll get our shell back on. Okay, so let's go with the barrel selecting switch. Oh God, I'm going blind. Okay, so I'll put this in for hopper, the door. Alright, shut that off. Now we'll flip it over. We'll put the other selector switch on. Fire a screw in. Alright, so now we'll put our degasser back on. So yeah, once I do this HPA mod, it will completely delete this. So you'll be turning off on and off from a gas, or sorry, from an ASA on off, or you'll be screwing your tank straight in or straight out. And then once you turn it in, it'll go click. So this, you won't have this no more. Yeah, okay, now there's this. God, we still gotta put in a pin. So stick this up, pop that up like this. Where's our pin? Make sure there's knurling, right? On the American side, I noticed on the overseas, the knurling, you have to punch out on the bottom, going downwards. Well, I tried doing that for about 20 minutes. It didn't work last night, so you got to go up with it. So make sure the knurling is on the top. There, now let's check this. Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. It's not in all the way. There we go. Oh, it's still out of it. I'll get that in a minute, guys. Don't worry about that. That's got knurling. Yeah, I just gotta get a pin and tap it down because it won't let this piece go all the way into my mag. So I'll get that after, guys. All right, let's put this grip back on. So we'll put this up here. And our bolt with our large railing here. And then the insert, the rubber insert. And now we'll put our handguard back on. Drop the screw in, the top screw, the rail screw. Okay. And then we just put a barrel in, that's it. And we are complete. So yeah, guys, oh wow, I still did all this in under an hour. I'm gonna edit some of that out. But yeah. That's pretty much it for this, guys. The tear down. I know a lot of people, they don't like to open these up. They're just, a lot of things bounce out and then they just don't know where they go back in. I know the fear, man, because every time I open one of these up, I always have that same fear. But yeah, guys, this is the TC68. You guys have any questions? Just ask, but let me know what you guys think of that, the HPA mod there. In all common sense, I'm almost certain it's going to work. But until that day, you guys all stay safe and take care.